apples are widely known for your good health. You know the saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. I mean, they are a great source of fiber. They can improve your gut health, and they even help reduce the risk of diabetes and stroke. But what does it do for your skin topically? It supports healthy aging, brightens the complexion, acts as an exfoliant, can help reduce acne, and it helps keep that skin nice and hydrated. Knowing all this means it's great for dry, dull, and acne-prone skin. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm gonna do is glove up. Well, let me take the stickers off. I'm gonna take the stickers off first, and then I'm gonna put these in some boiling water just for a little bit because I want to get that wax off. So we're gonna add these in, and I'm gonna add some boiling water on top. After I glove up, of course. All right, so let's get these apples going. Got my kettle here, freshly boiled water. Just gonna get these over. Ooh, that bowl is piping. Get all that wax off. Get my cutting board here and give these, just cutting them into manageable pieces in order to put them through the machine. I'm not even gonna take the seeds out. I'm gonna leave as much of these as I can in. And then what I'm gonna do is, because we have to make a lye water solution, that's what this is. This is lye, and you can't make soap without lye. Even in the olden times, they used lye. And it just depends on what type of lye. Like for black soap, their type of lye is called cacao potash. And it is made from like cocoa pods, plantains, like peels, all types of plants and stuff that have been burned, and then they use the ash to make soap out of it. For this soap, I'm using sodium hydroxide. This is basically what a lot of people use nowadays to make soap. And I still make black soap as well. That's on my shop as well, so you can check that out, SafyreBeauty.com. So, as of now, I got my juicer out, and I'm gonna plug her up. All right, so I got this here. I'm gonna put it underneath, and I need how much water do I need? I need 8.15 ounces. So if I can get 8.15 ounces of juice out of this instead of using, because I wonder if I could just use straight up apple juice instead of water. So let's see how much we can get from all these. I think we can get a pretty good amount. Put that underneath, and we're gonna apple this up. I'm gonna turn it on first. All right, so this is about as much as I was able to squeeze out. So did we get there? Let's see. Let's see. Yes, we did. We are over actually. But I think I want to strain this out a bit. So let's get a different and strain that out, because I'm not really digging that foamy part. Looks like I can just scoop it out. We'll see. We'll see. Let me get another bowl. All right, so let's try to scoop this out. Oh yeah, that'll do it. Now that I got this as strained as I'm gonna get it, now I'm gonna take out this pulp here. Look at that. It's like filled up most of the container there. All right, so got my food processor here. Let's see if we can get this down some. So So I remember, because I first started out with, I'm not gonna say what airline it is, but on my first week there, I hadn't yet traveled and I had just started, and one of my coworkers said, hey, you wanna go to Baton Rouge? And I was like, you know, I'm young at this point, about 21, about 21. She's like, you wanna go to Baton Rouge for the day? And I was like, and I never took a day trip before. I'm new to the airline, so I didn't even know that was a, before that I worked for another airline for like a year, but I never really went anywhere. I think I went somewhere one time, but I stayed for a couple of days. So the day trip thing was new to me, which that's what you can do when you work for an airline. Okay, so got it all blended up now. There's no big pulps, no seeds leaking out, so it should be a little applesaucey, but chunky applesauce, I guess is the way to describe it. But it smells like apples, so I give you that. I was like, should I add cinnamon to this? But nah, I'm gonna just stick with the apples. Anyway, so like I said, it was my first week of working for the job, and I didn't get the concept of day jobs. Day trips, because I was like, how can you just go there in one day? When you fly for free, you can go there for one day. I was like, no, who knew? Who knew? So the one, she was like, I said, I don't have any money, because I think at that time, like I said, I was young, just started, so I think I had $50 to my name. And she was like, I ain't got no money either. Let's just go. I was like, okay, I guess, yeah, sure, let's go. So we got there and we went out, we got some food, and her friend was there, so we didn't even have to find a place to stay. I think we left like 6 a.m. the next morning. I mean, I didn't even know that, you know, I was young. I didn't even know you could just go to a city, have fun, come home, and be done with it. I was like, this is great. So I think we got back and let this cool down. I'll put this in the fridge and let that cool down for a little bit while I get the oils and stuff ready. Ooh, that thing bubbled up, did it not? Yes, it did. So anyway, I was just thinking like yesterday, I was like, man, because I'm recently, and it's addicting. Traveling around for free is addicting, especially when you can get first class, all that stuff. But granted, it is a lot of work and it takes up a lot of your time. And doing it for 10 years and traveling around for 10 years, it got to the point where vinegar neutralized the area. It got to the point where sometimes I would wake up in a city and I forget what city I was in. And it's like, or hopping from time zones, climates, altitudes. And it honestly took a toll on my personal life and my body. Because, you know, not everybody that works for the airline is traveling around. Most people stay where they're at. And that's great. So that's why they can last that long. But if you're traveling around, you gotta really, really love it. You have to really love it, or else it will get old real quick. It's not built for everybody. But once you get used to that traveling though, that's what took me so long to quit in the first place, because I love to travel. I have been all over. My first out of country trip was with my cousin, and we went to Belize. Ooh, that vinegar is strong, good Lord. We went to Belize and had a blast. I think we were there for 5 days, and it was just amazing. It was absolutely amazing. Let's get these oils prepped. So we went to Belize, ate some amazing food. They have this ice cream, and it's made from their like country fruit. I've never tasted. I could not describe the taste to you to save my life. I really couldn't. And so I'm trying to think of what it's called. I'll just put it down below there what it's called. Absolutely amazing. Because one thing, we stayed in the jungle. We stayed in the jungle, in a cabin in the jungle. You could hear all the little animals, and we were surrounded by jungle. We went hiking, we stayed on the local side though, so it was great. And we had this lady, she would come over and make us breakfast. I think she was from one of those other villages, but absolutely divine. Fresh eggs. I mean, cause you know, in America, I'm sure in other countries, but in America, like, not everybody get fresh stuff like that all the time. So it was something else. This is coconut oil, by the way. And we need, how much do we need? Okay. First off, we need a scale. Let's start there. Absolutely amazing, divine. And you know what? That was when they were boosting. See, this is, and I'm not trying to get political here, so please don't take this as political. But this is why when they were talking about COVID, I mean, we get diseases all the time. So, but because I went during Zika, and they were you remember, anybody my age or older or whatever remembers when they were pushing Zika. Zika this and Zika that, and they shrink your kids' heads, and it'll do this and do that, nah. So when I went to Belize, I was like, oh my goodness, I was prepped. I had all the bug spray, because it was like it came from bugs, and nah. I'm freaking out, and I'm prepping, right? And not once did I get bit. But guess what got me? A freaking tree. A freaking tree. I was so upset. Because we had went hiking right after it rained, like a little bit after it rained. It was like the next day, but the ground was still wet in some spots. And we're in the jungle. I'm freaking hiking. And I slipped and I caught myself on a tree. I thought it was moss, but unbeknownst to me, it was not. And it pricked my finger. It hurt my whole hand, just the whole thing. You saw little holes all up in through my whole hand. It hurt so bad. And my hand swole up, and it was tight. It was tight for the rest of the trip. Like, it didn't hurt the whole trip, but it was tight for the rest of the trip. And my cousin couldn't stop laughing because she was like, you were so concerned about Zika. Because I was so upset. Because I was like, I was concerned about Zika so bad because they were pushing it. Did I get it? No, not even close. But did I get pricked by a freaking tree that swelled my hand up to the size of a baseball glove? Absolutely. And did I let that ruin my trip? Absolutely not. But it just really cracked me up. That's why I'm like, nowadays when they be like, yo, be careful though, this and that and this and that, I'm like, whatever. I don't want to hear all this. Like, will I do my part? Sure. But I'm not finna freak out about it because something else could get you. And there you go. That's the moral of the story. Like I said, I wasn't trying to get all political, but that's the moral of the story. Something else can get you, so why worry about it? Do your part, keep it pushing, don't be scared. That's what I got to say. So I got liquid oils, but what I'm gonna do is warm up this coconut oil and then add the liquid oil because the temperature has to be at a certain rate. So if I warm this up and then add the cool oils to it, it will bring it down, the temp down a lot faster. Let me go warm this up and then I'll come right back. So I'm back with this and I'm gonna add my liquid oils. All right, so here I'm adding in my oils. I have olive oil and I have castor oil in this. So and then I'm checking the temperature, making sure it's at the right thing before I can move on to the next step, which is adding the rest of that pulp there. Okay, so this is cooled down now. It is an interesting color. I don't know if you can see. I've never used actual, like, cause I've used like cactus powder and stuff like that, but to take a fruit, this is the first time for me, so I'm excited. Okay, so now I'm adding in that lye and apple juice solution, giving it a good mix, and then I'm going to move in with the hand blender. Now, I was going to do a cold processed soap, but then last minute I switched to hot processed soap, which is this right here in the crock pot, because I noticed the water content was a little high because of the pulp, so I decided let me go ahead and switch to hot processed, which I am so glad I did. The texture is turning out nice and smooth. Just look at it. I mean, it's kind of steaming up the camera from the heat, but it is turning out really nice. And I'm going to just let this cook down for about an hour and see what happens. So here we are about an hour or so later, and it's looking really nice. and it's still smooth. Look at that, picking it up, it's very translucent. That's how you know it's cooked and it's ready to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and add those to these heart molds over here. So I'm gonna let this sit for 24 to 48 hours, and then I will come back and show you what it looks like. Peace. All right, y'all, so it has been 48 hours and I forgot to film myself taking it out of the mold. So here we are. Thankfully it's not any slicing or anything. I just took it out of a heart mold. So I let it sit for 48 hours, and I know what I did wrong. I added too much of the pulp because I forgot about the water discount coming from the pulp, the fluid discount coming from the pulp. So that's why I ended up cooking it, just to get it down some. But I'm glad I did, because I think the smell came through a lot better, because honestly, when I was mixing it up at first, the smell had me kind of concerned, like, is this gonna work out? I don't know. But I love it. It smells like, how do I describe it? It smells like, okay, take apple pie, but strip the sweetness away. And then keep it warm, but not like cinnamon, you know, because there was nothing like that added. It's just like warm apples, apple cider minus the cinnamon spice smell. This actually came out great as far as like smells and how it feels, all that. So I'm very pleasantly surprised, and I'm really happy about it. So I'm gonna get back to you on how it worked out in the shower, how it feels and everything like that, and we'll go from there. All right, y'all, so since I took it out of the mold, it's been about almost 2 weeks and I've used it, and I'm gonna say this. I love it. I love it. I think next time I make it, I might tweak it just a little bit, and probably add in some things like lemon powder and turmeric. Since apple was already brightening and stuff like that, I figured next time just add some lemon and lemon peel powder and some turmeric to give it a nice little boost, and I think that'll help. But yeah, I've been using it, especially on my face. As you can see, it is nice and bright, so this is what I've been using on my face and the rest of my body. But I think I started using one of my other soaps for my body and then using this one for my face. I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I did it. This was a nice experiment, and it smells like just unspiced applesauce. Like it smells like apple, because I don't like when it's like spiced, that spice scent. So this is actually not, so I'm in the shower like, this is nice apple. It smells like apple, you know. So I actually enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. This is me washing my hands with it, just so you can see. So in the shower, it gets a lot suzzier than this, you know, if you're using a washcloth or a loofah or whatever. Like I have the little loofah bags. It does get a lot suzzier, but with just on the hands, you know, this is what it looks like on just the hands. So guys, I definitely think I'm gonna do it again, tweak it a little bit, do it again, and I might sell it. I might sell it, not anytime soon, because like I said, I want to tweak it and try it out first. But I'm so glad I did this. I'm gonna keep doing these experiments. The next one, so I asked my fam, and they was like, do banana, and I was like, cool, that's what's up next. Banana, B for banana. So let's keep this going. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Guys, that really helps out with the algorithms and everything like that. It don't cost nothing to just tap that little like button, subscribe. Don't cost you nothing. So go ahead and do it. I will see you next time, and thank you so much for watching. Check you out later.